Over 20 years into a career of hard rock, Sevendust is still together and still putting out hard work. The Grammy-nominated group has been a staple of hard rock festivals and national tours going back to the late 90s, and to this day still have the respect of most in the industry. Blood and Stone, the band's 13th studio album, proves that bands can pull together and work throughout a tumultuous year.
I've been a fan of Sevendust since I was in 6th grade, and while my interest has ebbed and flowed over the years among releases, I never once felt that Sevendust lost a step. That just doesn't happen with a group like this. On top of that, this is a band who has the same lineup dating back to 1994. You never find a group who sticks together like that anymore.
Blood and Stone, running 13 songs across roughly 50 minutes, is in its core exactly what Sevendust fans would expect. Deep, heavy rhythms with Lajon Witherspoon's voice either growling or screaming, or soaring beautifully. I stand by that LJ is still one of the most underrated vocalists in hard rock. Growing up, I was hooked on the intensity of Home and Animosity. In recent years, on All I See Is War and Kill the Flaw, there feels like more soul and energetic meaning is coming through the music besides anger and attitude. Sevendust does both well. The guitar riffs and drumming have always been consistent, and while I may not have been blasting later Sevendust albums as loudly as possible, I never felt like the band lost a step. Going into the new album, I wanted to see what would come after All I See Is War and what the next step would be from some of the nicest guys in rock. In-your-face anger, uplifting messages, melody-driven tracks, heavy riffs, all of the above?
All of the above, obviously. Sevendust have always been more versatile than given credit. Blood and Stone has quite a bit to offer as well, even when comparing to more recent output, which is what I was hoping for.
The big song that caught most people's attention was their cover of The Day I Tried to Live, which charted on Billboard. In a year of wild, ridiculous covers from bands in 2020, Sevendust nailed this Soundgarden cover. LJ sounds fantastic and the lead guitar from Clint works perfectly. This might be my favorite cover song in 2020, and it's a fantastic way to close out an album. Blood from a Stone, the other single to be released, has several hard riffs and a good drum pound from Morgan Rose, who still holds his own as a consistently solid drummer. LJ's chorus raises the song tone up a bit higher, and the lyric writing on this one is good. The bridge is a bit of a change-up with different things going on, but the song works as a title track and a good base for the album.
The title track is a fine song, but it's the Soundgarden cover that steals the show on this album, and I think it's a breath of fresh air in 2020 after so many weird cover songs. Sevendust did a great job and a great tribute to Soundgarden, and I hope it gets people to check out the rest of the album, or more Sevendust in general for people who are unaware.
Dying to Live opens the album heavy with a low, loud rhythm that leads to a rolling, steady delivery to the song title. LJ is booming in his performance, and the guitar effect ending the riffs as a flare is a neat little exclamation mark at each bar. It's a standard song, but not bad. Love has a good moving rhythm with the bass and rhythm guitar. It's the perfect speed for something like this and how it feels more energetic as the track goes on. The melody side is strong here and balances out the heavy riffs from the previous song. I like it. Feel Like Going On starts slower and instantly makes the deeper connection of setting a good tone for something serious. Lajon hits the mark in the chorus delivery and you hear his emotion. The guitar work isn't overly complicated, but the higher notes match well with LJ's voice and it's great. What You've Become has a heavier chug-a-chug rhythm and there is more anger in this track. The song also features more background vocals, which have always set Sevendust apart from other bands. The rough anger fades as the track goes on, and while not bad, the song doesn't really draw me back in. Kill Me is a song that drew me back in, however. It has all the elements I previously mentioned: melody, riffs, great vocals, lyrics, all that while feeling unique. The hard guitars in the middle of the song are loud, but this song has something special. There's a lot to enjoy in Kill Me. Nothing left to see here anymore is where the energy and flow from the previous song changes again. The tone is more remorseful, but I admit the repetition of the title and the groove gets old quickly. Coming after big, booming, emotional tracks, this one slows the album down a touch. Desperation is another heavy riff chug with loud background vocals. It's another track with a soaring chorus coming abruptly after a hard rock song. The lyric line of being down on my knees, lost in desperation is a good hook. It's not awful, but is quite by the numbers hard rock format. Criminal brought back my interest when listening. This is where the whole band contributes to something huge. The bridge and the lyrics screaming along with the guitars is gorgeous, and this is a gem of a song on Blood and Stone. The uplifting rhythm is what Sevendust does best right now. Against the World is more of that standard hard rock fare until it gets to the chorus, which works well. The volume elevates there, and some extra guitar work kicks in to help things connect. The verses are pretty stock, but it's the delivery in the choruses and in this entire second half of the song that makes everything work. Alone is simpler in its delivery, and the vocals are focused on prominently. It sounds nice and like a song of reaffirmation. The volume in the second half comes in big, and I don't know if it matches well, but the personal touches from Witherspoon shine, and the song definitely belongs on the album. And Wish You Well follows the pattern of Against the World and Desperation in the second half with a hard format and standard verse format. Some of Clint Lowery's work is solid here, and it's a fine song, but it's also buried with a few tracks that are similar on the same album. Not bad, but not much new.
This is a Sevendust album where the melody-driven tracks stand out a bit more, where the tone is a bit uplifting. This style has been highlighted in the later years of Sevendust, and I think that is what suits them now. It definitely has that hard rock mainstream format in songs, but between those are some gems. Everything is performed well, LJ sounds great, and you get what you expect out of this.
Overall, Blood and Stone hits the mark when making something more inspirational and reflective while boasting big vocal performances and guitar work. Sevendust have hit their groove and output, and in many ways are showing they know exactly what their fans want and how to deliver. This album will satisfy those longtime fans as well as catch new listeners off guard with some well-written lines in 2020. What did you think of Blood and Stone? Leave a comment and let everyone know. Big thanks to my patrons and a special thanks to Brandon Barenfeld, Chris Doman, McKenna White, and Dom Smith. You can have a say in upcoming videos by supporting Rocked on Patreon. Please click the link in the video description for more info. Please subscribe and ring the bell to get notified on upcoming videos. You can check out my concert photography on Instagram, and you can keep up to date with Rocked on Facebook and Twitter.